Now coming to the third player, who is the most important player in my opinion in the upcoming span of games, that is Bukayo Saka. Now Bukayo Saka is also flourishing with his scintillating form in the Champions League as well. When you take a deeper look at Cole Palmer is more inclined towards through balls, and he's playing as a number 10, and also he's a deep lying playmaker also sometimes. Now he is on penalties, he is very much lethal and is a very prolific finisher in my opinion. Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the Football Herd. Hope you're doing wonderfully well. So this is a Game Week 13 watchlist and wildcard video in which I'll be talking about 9 key players, 3 from each segment of defense, midfield and attack, who are very fundamental and important at this juncture. Then I'll be also showcasing how my team did in Game Week 12, and we'll be also doing a lot of player comparison. In this one, I'll be comparing Palmer with Saka and Nicholas Jackson with Matheus Cunha. So there will be 4 sections, so make sure you watch the video till the end. And if you do like this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm looking to hit 300 subscribers before the Game Week 13 deadline. So without delaying any further, let's get started. In Game Week 12, my team fetched 58 points and my current rank stands at 118k. Now it was just a tad above the average points of 49, and 4 out of 11 players returned. And I have maintained my rank at around 100k with a small red arrow from 100k down to 118k. Now there was a huge swing in the Haaland and Salah captainers as usual, and Salah was my captain, so I got a bit of respite. Now coming back to my team, Flecken gave his first return of the season with a 9-pointer, and the patience paid off. Now Guardiola and Aït-Nouri with blanks, and Gabriel with a clean sheet. Now Arsenal looked pretty solid against Forest, thanks to that. And in my midfield, only Salah made it big with another 14-point haul, and he was literally unlucky to not score more. Now he could have easily had a hat-trick in that matter. And Emil Smith-Rowe was clipped at the 58-minute mark, and he failed to contribute to a fruitful return. And same with Morgan Rogers, Mbeumo and Palmer. All of them could not give me any points. It was blank from them. Now I do not consider the 2-pointer and 3-pointer as any returns, so I'm mentioning likewise. Now in my attack, Strand Larsen outscored Robot, and now it's becoming tiresome to even watch Haaland miss all those chances. Now let me give you some wonderful statistics about Erling Haaland. Now Haaland since Game Week 6, he has 21 points from 7 starts. He has had 11 big chances and he has missed 9 big chances itself. And his expected returns is his expected goals involvement is 6.52, whereas he has only returned 2. And I'll tell you the Game Week 12 Haaland starts as well. Now from 7 shots, 2 big chances, 1 hitting the woodwork and an XGI of 1, Haaland gave us a wonderful couple of fantasy points. Now enough of rant about Haaland, but I'm sticking to Haaland itself. So let's see how my team is in the watch list. Defensive watch list, I have a defensive 3 of Kerkez, Pedro Porro and Urian Timber. Now Kerkez is someone whom I am looking for the past couple of game weeks, and I'm speaking very highly of him after his couple of assists. But he has already created 3 big chances with an XGI of 0.9 and an expected points was 16.45 according to Hub algorithm, but he has already scored 21 in the last 5 game weeks. Now he faces Wolves, Spurs, Ipswich, West Ham and United. Now I believe that out of all these 5 fixtures, only the Spurs game is should be difficult. The other fixtures should be pretty decent. And since United is also playing pretty compact, so not that much goal scoring prowess. West Ham with only Bowen and Ipswich is also okayish. So these are the very good 5 fixtures for Kerkez in my opinion, and Bournemouth have a very good run as you can see. So he's one of those 4.4 million defenders whom I am favouring a lot. Now coming to the next defender, that's Pedro Porro. Now Pedro Porro has 1 goal from 8 shots and he's created 0 big chances with an XGI of 0.9. The Spurs defender has already amassed 23 points in the last 5 game weeks, and he also got that wonderful goal in Game Week 12. Now we are seeing that a lot of managers are pouncing on him due to that, but it's not only because of that goal. I have spoken quite highly of him throughout the entirety of this 12 game weeks, because Pedro Porro is a very good FPL asset and a very good player for Spurs as well. Now, similarly, to add to this, they have that wonderful fixture run of Fulham, Bournemouth, Chelsea, and Southampton. They are now followed by Liverpool. So the upcoming 4 fixtures are pretty lucrative in my opinion. Now coming to the main man, that's Urian Timber. Now Urian Timber is a nailed starter because Calafiori is back, but White is absent, so he has one slot fixed for him. And we also saw that he got a clean sheet in the last game week itself, and he's already got 11 points in the last 5 game weeks. If Urian Timber starts, I believe that he also has that goal scoring prowess. I also have seen that he got one of those goals disallowed in game week 12. Other than that, it was a very good game week for Urian Timber. And in this price bracket of 5.5 million, if you can own an Arsenal asset apart from David Raya, who's a goalkeeper who will not be able to contribute to any of the attacking prowess, Timber is a very good option in my opinion. So if you want to double up on Arsenal attackers, Timber should be the second pick. If you want a single Arsenal attacker, I would be a skeptic to own Timber, but that's fine because he's at least nailed for the upcoming 4 to 5 game weeks. So Urian Timber leads my defensive watch list. In my midfield watch list, I have a 3-man midfield of Jared Bowen, James Maddison, and Bukayo Saka. Now, Jared Bowen has amazing run of games from game week 14, but he has a tough game against Arsenal in game week 13. He has already scored 1 goal from 13 shots and created 2 big chances in the last 5 game weeks, and he's also amassed 21 points in that tenure. Now they have Leicester, Wolves, Bournemouth, Brighton, and Southampton in their juicy 5-run fixture that I'm talking about. Now Bowen could also be a very good Mbeumo replacement because he has been lacking that prowess in the last 3 game weeks that we are seeing, and people are looking for an Mbeumo replacement. Now Bowen is the ideal Mbeumo replacement in my opinion in the same price bracket. If you do not want to shell out some more cash on the likes of Bruno, I believe. Now coming to the next midfielder, that's James Maddison. Now Maddison has already got 3 goals from his 5 shots, and he has already got an XGI of 1.7 in the last 5 game weeks. And we saw that scintillating James Maddison in the last game week, and he has already got 29 points of late. So he's in scintillating form in my opinion. And the fixtures like Fulham, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Southampton are very good for the upcoming 4 game weeks. So Maddison is also up there if you want a midfielder from Spurs. Now Maddison was playing very good football, but he was unable to capitalize on a lot of chances, and his FPL potential was not that high. But of late he has been very fundamental, and he is hitting the right form, I believe. So he is right up there. Now coming to the third player, who is the most important player in my opinion in the upcoming span of games, that is Bukayo Saka. Now Bukayo Saka is also flourishing with his scintillating form in the Champions League as well, and he has already scored a couple of goals from 12 shots and created 2 big chances in the last 5 game weeks and amassed 26 points, which is pretty decent and above 5-pointer per game week in an average. Now they have West Ham United, then Fulham, Everton and Palace in the upcoming 5 fixtures, which are pretty decent in my opinion, and assets like Bukayo Saka is completely fixture proof in my opinion, and because he is the sole talisman in the Arsenal lineup. Now he is one of the premium assets whom I am looking to bring in if the likes of Cole Palmer is not able to deliver that much amount of points. Now coming to the attacking watch list, I have a front 3 of Nicholas Jackson, Matheus Cunha and João Pedro. Now Nicholas Jackson, because of the amazing fixture run of Villa, Southampton, Spurs, Brentford and Everton up next, and he has already scored 3 goals from 9 shots and created 1 big chance and with an XGI of 1.8. And I believe that in Chelsea Blue, he has been prolific this time round, and he has taken his time to get settled, and now I believe that he is delivering and firing on all cylinders. So he is a very good striker and up there in my watch list. Now coming to the next forward, that's none other than Matheus Cunha. Now Matheus Cunha has already scored 4 goals from 14 shots and created 6 big chances. Now I'll speak at length just in the next segment where I'll compare Nicholas Jackson and Matheus Cunha, and you guys will see that who is leading the race between the two, because it's not possible for owning both of them, but I will definitely recommend one of these 2 assets because Matheus Cunha is in scintillating form and the best striker right now to own in my opinion. Now, but coming to the third player, that's João Pedro. Now, João Pedro is also someone who is in blistering form, and if you do not have the amount of funds to go till Matheus Cunha, you can definitely own a João Pedro in 5.5 million, who has already scored 2 goals from 3 shots after his injury, after his return from his injury rather, and he has already got 23 points in the last 5 game weeks. And Brighton have also a very lucrative run of fixtures, and they face the likes of Southampton, Fulham, Leicester, Palace and West Ham. So again, this is a very good fixture run in my opinion, and João Pedro is right up there. As you can see in this graphic that he has also been pretty much prolific, and I believe that João Pedro is such a player who is very much fundamental to whatever Brighton do, and we have seen that he is starting alongside Jorginho Rutter, and they are just playing as withdrawal forwards with Welbeck at the top. I believe that João Pedro is very lethal, and we are also seeing that Mitoma is also shining, so that also enhances the appeal of João Pedro. So he is my top striker pick amongst the watch list. Player comparison, I'll be talking about Bukayo Saka versus Cole Palmer. Now, if you can see in this graphic that Bukayo Saka is leading Cole Palmer in the shots in the box, then touches in the box, and the big chances created, along with the expected assist, because he is playing as a right-centric right winger with those lethal cut-ins and those prolific shots. But when you take a deeper look at Cole Palmer is more inclined towards the through balls, and he's playing as a number 10, and also he's a deep-lying playmaker also sometimes. But on the contrary, Palmer is the talisman of Chelsea and Saka is the talisman of Arsenal. So it's not possible for owning both of them if you already have Erling Haaland and Mohamed Salah. So I believe that this is a very important topic of discussion, because it's not possible to own both of them. But I believe that the kind of fixtures also that they have is quite neck and neck. Saka has fixtures like West Ham, then United, Fulham, Everton, Palace, and Palmer has Villa, Southampton, Spurs, Brentford and Everton. So and they have already scored, Saka has already scored 80 points and Palmer with 86. So again, there's they are also neck and neck. But in my personal opinion, I believe that Saka is a much more safer bet, whereas Palmer is a more explosive pick, because Palmer is not someone who will be giving you returns consistently, but he has that insane haul potential in him, and the day he hauls, it will be a huge haul. So if you want to play it safe and you're not catching up rank, I will recommend you guys to have Bukayo Saka. But if you are trying to push up your rank and you want a differential player, not that much of a differential, but someone who can suddenly help you climb your ranks, then I'll go with someone like Cole Palmer, who has a greater upside. In this segment, I will like to compare Nicholas Jackson with Matheus Cunha. Now, I believe that to understand who is a better pick, whether it's Nicholas Jackson or Matheus Cunha, we have to delve deeper into the nitty-gritties of the stats. Now, as you can see in this graphic that Nicholas Jackson leads Matheus Cunha on avenues like expected goals, then big chances, then shots in the box, shots on target. So he's an out-and-out striker when we talk about Nicholas Jackson. But when we talk about Matheus Cunha is also a creator as well as a finisher. Now we have seen him finish those wonderful goals with brilliant finishes, and he also has that killer passes in him, and he threads those amazing through balls, as you can clearly see with the high expected assists, then big chances created, then final third passes, then crosses for Strand Larsen and others. So I believe that Nicholas Jackson is a must-have if you do not have someone like Cole Palmer. But if you already have someone like Cole Palmer, then Matheus Cunha is a must and not Nicholas Jackson, because Matheus Cunha is in scintillating form, and Cunha is such a player whom you can't cover with any other player. Like if you own a Strand Larsen, that will not cover Matheus Cunha, because if you take into consideration what they have done in the last 4 or 5 game weeks, both Strand Larsen and Matheus Cunha, you'll understand that at least there's a 20-30 point difference between the two with just 1 million. So in my opinion, Matheus Cunha is someone who is impossible to cover with any other Wolves asset. So to conclude, if you have Cole Palmer, then in this comparison I will give it to Matheus Cunha. But if you do not have Cole Palmer and you want a Chelsea cover, then I'll go with Nicholas Jackson. And if at all, I have this provision of owning both of them, and I'll own both of them alongside Joao Pedro and drop Erling Haaland. Now in the best wildcard draft for Game Week 13, I have built this very fluidic and very premium wildcard draft in which I've kept all the factors into consideration, like the fixture swings, the key premium assets, the long-term horizon. Now I'll explain each pick, and the thought behind this team. Now in goal, I've gone with Verbruggen since he's the goalkeeper with the best run of games for a long term, and it's not something that I will be advising you guys to have a rotational goalkeeper or such a goalkeeper whom you will want to transfer out soon, because you do not waste transfers in goalkeepers. So Verbruggen is a very safe pick. Now in defense, we have an Arsenal double up of Timber and Gabriel. Now this team is pretty similar to the one that I have posted in Game Week 12 itself, with a few changes, because we have got a few alterations. Now when you open the fixture difficulty rating of Arsenal, you will see the sea of green and thus the double up. And if things do not work out with Uri and Timber, you can definitely go for a Pedro Porro, since they are both of the same price bracket of 5.5 million. And Timber is currently nailed due to White's absence, and I believe that Gabriel is a must due to his set piece threat. And I have also opted for Aït-Nouri, who completes the defense basically. Now the adventurous left wing back is one of my favorite defensive picks, and Wolves have such amazing fixtures that makes him a very tempting asset to own. Now in the midfield, I have a strong midfield three of Salah, Bowen and Palmer, followed by none other than Enzo, who is a dilemma pick in my opinion. But since he started the last game, I believe that he will be getting those minutes. But if he is not starting, then you can definitely opt for someone like Harry Winks or any other placeholder player with 4.8 million or 5 million is going to suffice. But if you also already have Rodgers as well, so you can stick to Rodgers as well, because he's a very safe bet and he will be starting. Now I'll explain why I have gone with Bowen. Now Bowen is the English international who is a very dependable asset, FPL asset in my opinion, and he is West Ham's talisman out and out. Now he is on penalties, he is very much lethal and is a very prolific finisher in my opinion, and he's a perfect Mbeumo replacement also, because people are looking to transfer out Mbeumo and is looking for a replacement. Now Bowen is a perfect Mbeumo replacement in my opinion. Now coming to my attack, I have a front three of Joao Pedro, Haaland and Matheus Cunha. Now Haaland purely due to my mental peace and happiness, since I do not want to lose my mind while enjoying the weekend games. And Pedro and Cunha are both leaders in their teams, and I have spoken at length about both of them in my watch list and comparison also. So those two are completely nailed picks. So to conclude, it's a 3-4-3 with Timber, Aït-Nouri and Gabriel in defense. And midfield comprises of Salah, Enzo, Bowen and Palmer, and Pedro, Haaland, Cunha as my forwards. Now do let me know your thoughts about this wildcard draft for Game Week 13. So much if you watched the video till the end. If you do like this content, please do drop a like and subscribe to my channel. That will mean a lot to me. And my team selection video will be out tomorrow, so also make sure you check that out. And all the best for Game Week 13, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.